This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Taylor versus Taylor. You all have been married for 7 years. You recently kicked him out of the house because of allegations of cheating.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're here to clear your name.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell us what you want to prove today.
Today I want to prove to my wife that I'm a loyal husband, that not all men are cheaters, and that she is the most important person in the world to me.
And you brought her here to demonstrate that today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because you've been kicked out of the house.
Yes, I want to get back with my wife. I want to sleep in bed with her again. I love cuddling with her at night, and I miss being able to hold her when I'm sleeping or being held.
All right. And so, Miss Taylor, you're saying you gots to go.
Yes, he's a cheater.
And so you put him out because you believe he's cheating.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that he's got a few under his belt.
I can see the tears in your eyes. Tell him how you are feeling right in this moment.
I feel hurt, Tim.
Baby, I haven't done anything to hurt you, and you're going to find out today. You're going to find out that I am totally loyal to you, and I always will be. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to get that RV and see the country.
Miss Taylor, it sounds like he wants to be in this relationship, but if you find out that he is cheating,
I'm going home alone.
it's done.
You're done.
I'm done.
So this marriage is totally at risk depending on what happens today.
Yes, Your Honor.
How did you two meet?
I couldn't sleep one night and took a ride. When I came back, as I got out of the car, I heard someone ask, "Can you help me?" Well, I couldn't see anybody, so I heard it again, "Can you help me?" And it was coming from a bush, and I kind of had this Moses moment.
I was going to say, it wasn't burning, was it? The bush was not burning.
No, it wasn't burning yet.
Okay.
It was burning, but it was not consumed.
Oh, come on, Mr. Cole.
But she came out from behind the bush and explained to me that she couldn't sleep either, and they decided to go have a couple drinks at a bar that was about a block down the road. And she was smart enough not to drive while she was drinking. She asked me if I would be kind enough to let her sleep on my couch. Well, I said, sure. I fancy myself as a knight in shining armor, and I had to rescue the damsel in distress.
That
Yeah.
is by far
The,
one of the strangest stories I've ever heard of how people met.
What made you say okay to this?
I felt like I knew her. In fact, a week later, we were sitting on the couch talking, and all of a sudden I realized I was home from leave on the Army, and I was hanging out in front of the courthouse in Logan. And this guy pulled up to talk to the friend of mine I was with, and I seen this really cute girl in the back seat. And I kept bending over, looking at her, smiling. She kept looking back at me, smiling. But I followed the bro code, and I thought my friend was trying to pick her up, so I didn't say anything.
Okay, you're telling me you met her before you met her in the bush?
Yes. And we never
20
forgot
years
each other.
before.
Now, were you looking at him like he was looking at you back 20 years ago?
Yes.
What was it about him that caught your eye?
He was the nicest looking guy I've seen.
And so he still had it going on 20 years later when you
Yeah.
saw him. Well, that is some story.
When we were talking about it, we were finishing each other's sentences. It's like we'd known each other forever.
What happened?
We had a friend who worked in a bar. We were taking her to work and back, and one night I went to pick her up. She had been imbibing quite a bit. I was just going to drop her off and let her walk in the house, but she walked in front of the car, stumbled, got up, stumbled again. I realized I had to help her.
Okay.
So I
Doing the gentlemanly thing.
Yes, I helped her to
Another
the house.
damsel in
I sat
distress.
her down. I sat her down on her kitchen table. I have to go to the bathroom before I go. So I walked in to use her bathroom. When I came out, this woman was topless, pointed out that she had, as I call them, store-bought boobs. She asked me if I'd ever felt them before, and in a moment of weakness, I messed up and I felt them. I immediately thought of my wife, and as the saying goes, I got the hell out of Dodge.
I don't believe that.
You think
I
something
think
happened.
more happened.
How did you tell your wife that this occurred?
I had to confess. I made sure to tell her that it never would happen again, that it was a big mistake.
So you just came clean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would one mistake cause a problem in your relationship?
There's more incidents than that.
Okay.
So that was in the past. You think he's cheating now?
Yes, there's a girl, he has flirted openly with her and laid on her podium where she works at her counter and made sexual advances to her, I believe.
This woman works at the local supermarket.
Yes.
He's laid on her counter where she works and has made sexual suggestions to her?
Not sexual suggestions, talking to her, but flirting openly.
And you've seen him flirting?
Yes.
Has there been any additional communication between your husband and this woman?
Yes, I have emails.
Okay.
Ron, would you grab those for us, please?
Yes, Sean. Thank you, ma'am.
And how did you come across these emails?
On his email address.
You thought something was going on and you decided to play detective and you went and started looking in his emails.
Yes.
And when you went in his emails, you found these.
Yes.
So the first one says, I still love you. Please reply. I've been calling and texting you for days. Can you just tell me why you don't want to answer?
The other email, it says, I am so lucky to find you. These are emails you found in his email folders.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you believe they came from the woman at the supermarket.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor, these look very suspicious.
I have no idea. For one, I haven't used my email address in over a year. She does. And every one of those addresses I've looked up has been an information gathering service. It's always a different name, different address. She thinks that the girl is using fake names, and I know I have nothing to do with this girl.
Why would somebody want to do that?
So but what you're saying, Mr. Taylor, is that these are not from any person that you know.
That's correct.
And they're not from the woman at the supermarket.
No, and let me explain the signal she says. Okay, one day I was in there and I lean on the thing where you write the check.
Right.
You see, if you notice, I'm leaning against this podium now. I have a bad knee. That's all I was doing. I know I'm accused of flirting. I don't mean to. It's just me being me.
It's
But-
how you roll.
And this, yeah, and this, the signal.
But what you're saying is it's nothing between you and this cashier at the grocery store.
No, nothing at all.
It is just you're a nice guy.
Well,
People just like
okay,
you.
she's into comic books, and so am I.
Ah. All right, Ms. Taylor, is there any particular person that you're concerned about that he's cheating with?
Yes, Your Honor. He asked my friend Tammy for sex.
Okay, that's a big leap.
Ms. Taylor, that's a serious accusation to say that your husband has made advances to your friend. I mean, Mr. Taylor?
Never happened. Not at all.
Do you have designs on her friend?
Not at all. I find her...
Did you ever hit on her friend?
No, I find her very unattractive.
Where there's your side, there's your wife's side, and there's Tammy's side. And Tammy is here today. Rob, would you escort her in?
Would you state your name, please, for the record?
Tammy Ogg.
Ms. Ogg, what is your relationship to Ms. Taylor?
I'm friends with Gail. I've been friends for about 10 years.
About 10 years you've been friends.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your relationship with Mr. Taylor?
He's her husband, and that's about it.
Did you meet Mr. Taylor through your friendship with Mrs. Taylor?
Yes, I met them through a mutual friend, and they were married.
Okay, so you've never known them when he wasn't married to her?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Now, Ms. Taylor has told this court that you told her that Mr. Taylor made an advance to you.
Absolutely.
What happened?
It's kind of surprising. He showed up to my house, and he sat down and he said that Gail was feeling pretty depressed, that she had went out with some girls and went to watch some male strippers, Chippendale ordeal or whatever, and that she was bummed out and that she had told him that he could go sleep with somebody because she felt so guilty.
Oh.
And
So he told you his wife had given him a free pass, basically.
Right.
And you were the lucky woman.
lucky me.
Well, this is a new part to the story.
Right.
I never said it because I figured that, you know, a lot of times you tell your friend something and they make up with their husband anyway, so you end up the bad guy.
So was it a difficult decision for you to tell Miss Taylor what happened?
Well, she happened to ask me this last week, Tammy,
Yeah.
have you ever known any time that, you know, Tim has ever cheated on me or tried to? And I said, not necessarily cheated on you, but I guess I could tell you something that happened to me one time. I really didn't want to. I didn't want to lose your friendship. I was afraid you wouldn't believe me.
And so that's when you told her what happened.
Yes.
So, Mr. Taylor, your wife gave you a free pass,
Never.
and you made a pass on her friend.
Never.
Have you ever been alone with her
At her home.
at her home?
No.
Not until then.
All right, Miss Taylor, did you ever give your husband a free pass?
That's a no.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, I'm kind of confused because a lot of times there's, you know, this side, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. You're saying this never happened. You never were
Never.
alone with Miss Ogg. You never were in her house. You never told her.
Well, I've been in her house, but
Alone with
this,
her.
this thing she's talking about did not happen.
You never propositioned her.
No.
You never did any of that.
No.
So here's the thing. You believe he, in fact, did proposition your friend Tammy,
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
and you trust her.
Yes, I do.
Wow. Well, Mr. Cutler, here's what we have in this particular case. That Mr. Taylor admits that he had an opportunity to touch a woman's breast and he took it. Then you have this whole thing, this tension at the local grocery. He's saying it's because of your mutual love of comic books.
That's it.
And you're like, yeah, it's something funny, but it's not comics.
That's right.
And then the linchpin to all this love is that she was advised by her friend that Mr. Taylor in the past had propositioned her for sex.
And don't forget the emails.
Right.
The emails that she found in his email folder talking about I love you and all of this.
I miss you. Why won't you write me?
All of this has made you believe that he's cheating.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't eat, I don't sleep because of it. It
She's had a
really
hard life, and I
tears
think
me
that
up.
she deserves.
So,
She can do whatever.
If you
she
found out that he's not cheating,
I'll be the happiest person in the world.
so we have two extremes.
and marriage hangs in the balance.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will hear from certified polygraph examiner Michael Williams to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please show Mr. Williams into the courtroom.
Michael, how are you? Come on.
How are you, Mr. Williams?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good to
How are
see
you doing?
Good afternoon, sir. Doing fine, thank you.
Now, you performed a polygraph examination on Mr. Taylor, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Mr. Taylor was asked, did you have sexual intercourse with your wife's friend whose breasts you admitted to fondling? What was his response?
Your Honor, he said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, the lie detector determined Mr. Taylor was being truthful.
All right.
Look at that smile. I can see it.
I'm happy.
Okay, let's see what else we have. And how are you feeling, Mr. Taylor?
I'm happy.
All right.
Mr. Taylor was asked, have you had physical sexual contact with the cashier with whom you share an affinity for comic books? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, regarding physical sexual contact, the lie detector determined he was being truthful.
I love you, baby.
Love you too, baby.
The final question. Mr. Taylor was asked, since being married to Mrs. Taylor, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman without Mrs. Taylor's knowledge? What was his response?
Your Honor, he said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, on this particular question, there was no significant physiological response, which indicated to me he was being truthful.
I love you. I love you.
Miss Taylor, you had two options, one of those being the happiest woman in the world. Is that what
I'm
you
so
are right
happy.
now?
Oh, such a relief.
It is.
So you both got what you came here for. You came here for answers. You came here to clear your name. And both of those things have been accomplished.
Yes, Your
That's
Honor.
a good day.
It's a good day, Mr.
It's a
Taylor.
good day all the way
I want to
around.
thank you for helping save my marriage, because
I do too.
this woman's, I'm totally in love with her. And
Well, you know, nothing is sweeter than hearing your husband say, "You are the one." And you have had that privilege today.
Yes.
And this is an opportunity for you all to build a stronger, steadier, happier marriage.
Is he back in the house now?
Yes.
Okay.
He's back in the house. All right. As we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a great relationship. Court is adjourned.